Most CO2 laser machines use a set of mirrors to direct laser beam from the laser tube to the material you are cutting or engraving. There are three main mirrors, each reflecting beam at 90 degrees angled to the next one. First mirror is stationary, and it reflects laser beam from the laser tube onto the second mirror. The second mirror attached to Y gantry and moves with it forward and back. It reflects beam to the third mirror that's located inside laser head. This third mirror moves left to right with laser head and redirects beam through the lens onto the material you're cutting or engraving. On many machines, there is also a beam combiner lens located between laser tube and first mirror. It reflects red pointer laser but passes through main infrared laser beam. It's extremely important to keep all mirrors aligned to have your laser cut and engrave at its maximum power at any area of the table. Aligning involves firing short bursts of laser on some surface attached to the mirror to see where it hits and then adjusting mirror until beam hits right in the middle of the mirror. You can use painter's tape for this, but it's very messy and inaccurate. I've developed a much better set of tools that will let you adjust your beam precisely. You can find them in my online shop at the link below. All mirrors can be moved up or down, left or right, using 3 adjustment screws. It's simple mechanics as screws push on the mirror, tilting it a certain way. Not only mirror needs to be aligned though. It is very important to have your CO2 tube aligned to the first mirror as perfectly as possible. Let's start with aligning CO2 tube to the first mirror. First, we're going to get access to the first mirror. For this, you will need to remove access door held by 4 M4 screws. You'll need to access this mirror from time to time, so I recommend replacing regular M4 screws with thumb screws. You can get these on Amazon. Something like 10mm long will work fine. If you never adjusted mirror before, it's actually very easy. There are 3 thumb screws on the back of it. Top one moves mirror up and down and little sideways. When you turn it clockwise, mirror tilts down. Counterclockwise, tilts it up. Left screw tilts mirror left and right. Rotating the screw clockwise tilts mirror right. Rotating it counterclockwise tilts the mirror left. Right screw moves mirror diagonally, so it's best idea to just leave this one alone. Important to note that each screw has a lock nut on it to prevent screw from spinning on its own. Loosen this nut before making adjustment and tighten it again when you are done. Between laser tube and first mirror there is a beam combiner, as mentioned previously. It's a special lens that lets infrared laser beam pass, but reflects red pointer laser. Similar to the mirror's red laser pointer mount lets you adjust it with 3 thumb screws. It's a little hard to reach. I will be demonstrating the process using my mirror alignment toolset. But if you don't have one, feel free to use tape. This little tool with a hook is for aligning CO2 tube to first mirror as well as first to second mirror. First, place a card target into its cavity with bullseye visible through the hole. Second, place it over the first mirror like shown, making sure target doesn't fall out. You might want to practice it on second mirror as it's identical to the first one but much easier to access. Set your laser to low power, for example 10 to 20%. And hit pulse button to fire. Slide out target card and check where beam burned a spot. In my case, it looks like laser fired off center towards the left side, looking from the tube's point of view. This means we need to move our CO2 tube physically a little to the right. CO2 tube adjustment is a bit tricky. It has 2 brackets that lets you adjust 2 sides of the tube, up, down and left, right. You should always power down your machine first and be careful of the wires, as there is a very high voltage involved. Keep in mind that dangerous voltage remains in the power supply even after you turn machine off. It usually dissipates on its own, but it might take 10 minutes or so. Also, glass tube is very fragile, so be extra careful there. Since I need to move the tube to the right, I released M5 screws holding bracket to the machine and moved it a little towards myself and then tighten them slightly. Put in fresh card and do another pulse and check results. Looking good. Tighten the screws. Remove bracket from first mirror and place it on the second mirror. Don't forget target card. Move gantry all the way towards you, furthest from the first mirror, and do another pulse. Check the dot and adjust first mirror angle if needed. Now move gantry all the way forward, closest to the first mirror, and do another pulse test. Repeat these steps until you can hit bullseye in both locations. Now we are going to check second to third mirror alignment. There should be two very similar looking mirror tools in your kit. The only difference between them is the size of the opening. For now, choose one with smaller diameter. This one should fit into the opening hole of the laser head. Insert it straight and gently. No need to push it all the way in, just make sure it stays in, parallel to the head and with small slot facing up. Take new target card and drop it into the slot on top. Check that bullseye is in the middle of the hole. Now move your laser head closest to the second mirror and do a pulse fire. Take card out and see if second mirror needs adjustment. If so, adjust it and do another pulse. Once you get it to hit right in the center, move laser head away from the second mirror and repeat the test and adjustment. Now again, move it closer to the second mirror and test. Keep doing this until laser is aligned. If you can't get it right at this stage, double check your laser tube to first mirror and first to second mirror alignment. And if you can't get beam to hit exactly at the center of the target in every corner, try to do your best to make it hit as close as possible to it. Small deviation will still let you use your machine, maybe not at 100% efficiency, but it will be good enough. Finally, prepare tool with the largest diameter to align your third mirror. This mirror rarely needs any alignment, but might as well do it at least once. You will need to remove your nozzle and metal tube. So first disconnect your air hose from the nozzle first. Unscrew both ends of metal tube and remove. Unscrew ring that holds nozzle and take it out. Now place your third mirror alignment tool to the bottom like so. Make sure it's straight and don't push it in too far. Slot for the target card should be facing forward. Insert card with target facing up so you can see it in the opening. Do a pulse fire and check results. If mirror needs adjustment, use adjustment thumb screws to move it in correct position. After you're done, tighten all the lock nuts, remove alignment tools, install nozzle with metal tube into the laser head, and reinsert air assist tube. Don't forget to do a laser focal distance calibration too for maximum laser efficiency. You can find link to focal ramp gauge in the video description. Thank you for watching. Have fun lasering and stay safe.